Yeah, first of all, it's all about the individual. So I never follow funds management firm brands. I'm interested in the individual. And I'm very interested in the past track record. In fact, it amazes me that most legal documents say past performance should not be relied on or looked at for a guide to the future. Well, I can't think of anything better that I want to rely on. I want to see a snail trail of how the manager has worked in different environments to understand how they work. So the individual is important. Looking at their past performance, understanding how they think. So that's important. But in my experience over many years, there's not many managers that can truly add active value. They do exist, but there's not as many as perhaps have their shingle up saying they can do it. So I'm very selective. I'm looking for managers who actually go out and try and swing the bat. There's no point using a manager to me who is trying to get a little bit at the margin. I'm really interested in managers who give it a proper go. So if they're giving it a good go, then they're going to do a lot better than they're either going to do really well or really badly. That's really how it works, and it's just a matter of experience finding those people who do really well. The people who do really well generally have a bit of grey hair. I've always said with fund managers too, the weirder they are, the better they are. Great fund managers are often a little quirky in some areas, and that's because they're obsessive. Good fund managers are obsessive about their trade, and I find that really interesting. Well, to cut through that question, I actually run a fund myself called Third Link Growth Fund, which is the money, all the fees go to charity, so I can easily talk about it. It's a fund of funds. I invest in about 10 others, so you can look up the website for Third Link Growth Fund, and you'll see the managers I use. But managers I've followed over the years, the guys at Pengana running their small companies fund, the guys in Melbourne, Cooper Investors. There's actually piles of people. In fact, a group we're talking about today, Harness Capital. There's Green Cape Investors. There's a number of them. I can't sort of rattle them all off the top of my head, but it's again, I'm looking for attributes of people who can really add value. I'm just not interested in index plus a little bit, index plus 0.5% or whatever. I'm looking for managers who, over rolling 5-year periods, very important to me, rolling 5-year periods, can achieve outperformance of an index of around 3 or 4%. Not many can. But I'm not interested in 3-month returns. I'm not interested in 1-year returns. If I invest with a manager personally or through a fund, it's after 3 years I will start to have a look at their results to see how they're going. If they're not tracking as well as I like, I might ask some more figures. If I'm getting rid of a manager, so to speak, it probably wouldn't happen before about 5 years, because most managers, they're very dependent on their style to get the return, and that style, the market doesn't reward every style all the time. So some things just work different in different markets.